Hello Starlets, it's Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel. We're bringing a little bit of glamour and fitness and health to everyday life. This is actually going to be my first vlog. I am in week 1 of my oxygen challenge. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I have a whole video explaining to you that I am doing the oxygen fitness challenge. I will link that video in the cards. I'm actually pretty glammed up today. I just had my hair done yesterday and I was just filming some beauty videos, so that's why I'm kind of all dolled up. I actually took down all my lighting and everything because I was like, I don't really want to make this video all that formal. Like, I kind of want these weekly vlogs to be a little bit more, just a little bit more personal, a little bit more real, and me being all dolled up with like an hour's worth of hair and makeup to film, well, I guess that's part of my real life. But anyway, it just so happened that today was the first time I've actually had a chance to sit down and actually turn on the camera and talk to the camera. And it just happened to be the day that I was filming. So you're getting the fully made up face. I do have to confess, I've been a bad vlogger this week. It's actually Thursday and I'm starting this vlog. So I started on Monday. I actually posted my video announcing that I was doing this on Monday, which I filmed like last week, telling you guys I was gonna do it, and then I started on Monday. But I wanna kinda update you as to what's been going on the last few days. Here's the thing, going into this oxygen challenge, I told myself, I was like, you know what? I'll be able to do this if I can keep my stress level reasonable, because I feel like that's when I get thrown off with diet and exercise, is when I end up going through stress, usually emotional stress, or I get into a depression or anxiety. And I have a whole video all about my depression and anxiety stuff, and I mean, I'm definitely better now with it, but I do fall into depressions. I do get anxious. I actually almost had a complete anxiety attack this week, which I haven't had in a while, so that made me a little bit nervous. But yeah, I told myself that, you know, I'll be able to handle this challenge if I can keep my stress level okay, because when I get stressed out, I tend to binge eat. And if I get really anxious, I tend to, it's not that I don't exercise, because exercise is great for anxiety, but it's just, I feel like if I get really anxious about stuff and I get really busy and I get really stressed out, exercise falls down the priority list. And it shouldn't, because I know for me, everything in my life works better if I feel good. And for me, like, exercise does help keep me sane. So I was just like, all right, as long as I can keep my stress level under control for the next 3 months. And this week has been, like, it's Thursday and this week has already kicked my butt. I feel like I've literally lived like 4 weeks worth of stuff just this week. I can't really talk about everything that I've been going through this week, because a lot of it is stuff that, like, I mean, I'm very transparent with you guys and I am very open about my life and I'm very free about my life, but a lot of it is stuff that, like, it kind of affects me, but it's really about other people, and I don't want to put other people's personal life on YouTube, and especially other people who I know who are very private. So, and as much as, like, I'm excited to do the oxygen challenge and I'm motivated, I'm like gung-ho, it's something new. Anytime you start something new, there's a learning curve, and so I feel like I anticipated that, but I didn't anticipate all the other life stuff that was gonna happen to me this week. Basically, the oxygen challenge is put on by Oxygen Magazine. It's a 90-day fitness challenge, and there's 2 trainers every year. This is the 3rd year they're doing it. Every year they do 2 trainers. It's 2 different trainers every year. And you can actually use both trainers, or you can just sign up for one. I fully intended to sign up for both trainers in the beginning, and then I actually watched kind of like the intro informational video about each trainer, and I just really seem to connect with one more than the other. So I signed up for Team Jamie, which is Jamie Eason, who is, I feel like, I didn't really know who she was, but I'd seen her in so many fitness magazines, and she just seemed just very down to earth, very relatable, and I was just kind of like drawn to her program more than the other one. So I signed up. I'm on Team Jamie. Go Team Jamie. I feel like in the beginning, like the first couple days, when I looked at the meal plan, because I've had issues with carbs in the past, and I definitely know my body doesn't deal well with sugars, that I feel like I looked at the meal plan and her recipe ideas and I was like, I'm gonna do all low carb. And I already had been doing like a lower carb diet, and I think Monday and Tuesday I switched to just too low a carb diet. And by Tuesday, especially with like all the stress I was going through and stuff, I almost completely collapsed. Yesterday, I did a higher carb, higher calorie diet. And I didn't anticipate, here's the thing, I knew that like the first part of a challenge is you're eating more because your focus is on gaining muscle and getting stronger. And I was totally on board with it. Like I knew that going into it, and I was just like, yeah. I didn't realize the emotional like issues that was gonna bring up for me. And I have such an awkward relationship with food and an awkward relationship with carbohydrates, and that the idea of including more in my diet and like a focus on gaining anything, even though I know it's like healthy muscle, like I didn't realize what an emotional toll that was gonna be on me. So yesterday and today I've been eating more food and I've been consuming more calories, and it like that makes me really nervous. And I've started to kind of panic, like what if I can't actually lose the weight and get to where I need to be at the end of this 90 days? I don't know, I feel like then I was getting even more stressed out. So I'm trying really hard to have faith in the process and to go through the process and, you know, to eat more. And again, I knew going into it that was probably what was going to happen. They were going to tell me I needed to eat more and I needed to eat more carbs, and because we're essentially going through what like fitness people call a bulking phase. I guess I didn't realize it was going to hit me so hard. Like it was going to be that emotional for me to let myself do that. And what I'm eating is healthy foods. I mean, I'm certainly not going out and like let's eat pizza and let's eat french fries, and like it's not like I'm not eating empty calories. Like the calories I'm eating they're quality calories. I'm still consuming a lot of protein. I don't know, it's like I know what I'm doing is good and positive, but it makes me nervous. And like I'm really trying to have faith in the process. And I never thought I would be one of those people that would be like stressed out about eating too many calories, but apparently I am one of those people. I don't know. Today, Thursday, was supposed to be back and biceps, and I had time because I feel like I usually do weights in the morning because it's just easier for me because like people aren't up and whatever, and it's just like it's more motivating for me to get it over with. Whereas like cardio for me, the easiest thing for me to do for cardio is like to go out for a run, and it's just there's like a certain window of the day in my neighborhood where I feel like that works for me, and it's like a little bit later in the morning. So I mean, because I work from home, it might not work for everybody, like to just, I'm kicking the tripod here. It might not work for everybody, but that's just what works for me. And it's odd because for me going running, like I don't want to go too early in the morning because I feel like in this neighborhood, because it's so suburban, people are so rude in my neighborhood. Like if I go too early in the morning, people are out walking their dogs and they just walk their dogs off their leashes all the time. And I have gotten like charged at by so many people's dogs, and they just act like I'm not supposed to care. Like I'm not. I actually have issues with, this is gonna get long, but I was attacked by a dog when I was a kid. So I have a lot of issues with dogs that I don't know, and people act so awful to you when you're like, and it's just like, I don't know, like I would act the same way if a person was charging at me. Like I'd be like, I don't know you, what are you doing? Like, and they act so awful if you get nervous or you get scared or you get upset that these people can't control their pets. And it's like, I don't know you, I don't know your pet, I have no idea. Like you can be like, oh, he doesn't bite, but you know what, before I got attacked as a kid, the last thing that they said to me, the last thing the owner said to me before I got attacked by a dog as a kid was, oh, he doesn't bite, chomp, big bite out of my leg. So, you know, actually bite out of my leg, but I had like teeth marks in my leg. It was bad. It was traumatic, and so I get really jittery. So I have to, and I feel like if I go, this is awful, at certain times of the day in my neighborhood, I get the landscapers who all want to like yell stuff and whatever, and whatever. Although there was actually, they were doing construction on a house nearby recently, and this contractor, who's, talk about unprofessional, but this contractor like yelled at me as I was running, like I was jogging by the house, and he was just like, ooh, how old are you? And you know, at first I was kind of like, because when I jog, I'm like in the zone, I'm like, don't talk to me, I'm in my zone, like don't even speak to me. But then I was like, wait a minute, he would only ask how old I was if he thought that I might not be legal. So he thinks I might actually not even be 18. And I'm like, technically I'm old enough to have an 18-year-old child. So I was kind of like, ooh, I look so young. Like it was, I mean, like he was a creep and whatever, but it was just like, I don't know, it was just sort of like, All right, now I kind of feel like young and pretty now. That doesn't happen very often, but whatever. So yeah, so I like to kind of go like midday because I feel like the landscapers are like at lunch, so I don't have to deal with like, or like the construction workers, whatever, in the neighborhood. Or I feel like it sounds like I live in such a horrible neighborhood, but I've just figured this out over time. But then if I go too late in the afternoon, I get, because there's a major high school, like a huge high school near my house, that like if I wait too late, then they're getting out, and you've got like all the high school kids, and they're so rude. Like they literally just like walk in the middle of the sidewalk, and like they're on their phones, so like they don't even look up, so you have to constantly like try to avoid them. I hate society nowadays. Man, people are rude. Maybe it's just where I live. Are people rude where you live too? Like if you try to go jogging, are they rude there too? Because like I don't know. I make it sound like I live in such a terrible place. So yeah, I have like a time when I like to do cardio. I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway. Today was actually a really, really difficult day for me for a lot of reasons, and I had to get up really early, and my schedule got totally thrown off today, which is why it's actually pretty late in the day, and I'm just desperately trying to get filming done. And I don't usually even film on Thursdays. It was just this week has just been like insane. And like today, basically, I had to switch some things around, but today I was like, technically because I moved things around, I was supposed to do like 30-minute steady state cardio, and I ended up actually doing it. Like I actually managed to go out for a run, which there were a million reasons for me not to go out for my run today, and I was just like, screw it, I'm doing it. Like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hate myself if I don't, which is terrible. I shouldn't hate myself, but anyway, it wasn't the ideal time, but things worked out pretty well. So yeah, I did it. So I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I want to film some of the meals, but it's really difficult. My kitchen has like the worst lighting ever. So another thing I want to say, like again, I'm not gonna be all glammed up like this most of the time in these vlogs, and my husband and I are living with my parents right now, so I work out in a very small space in like our den, because it's got a TV, and so I feel like even though I'm Everyday Starlet, like I try to keep things glam here, these vlogs are going to be kind of real and not as glam, and that's why I kind of hesitate vlogging sometimes, because I like the point of my channel is to show you glamour, and not everything is glamorous, but I feel like I want to show you guys at home that, you know, if you know you don't want to join a gym for whatever reason, I don't like joining a gym because I feel like you're just like sinking money every month into something that you're never really getting out of it what you are putting into it. And I also like, I don't necessarily feel comfortable, like you have to go at certain times. I mean, you see how difficult it is for me to just go outside and jog. Like I'm so like neurotic that it's just like I feel like people are looking at me even when I know they're not. And you know, I would always tell people like, don't worry about that, people aren't looking at you, but I feel like they are. And especially like creepy old men, because I used to get that when I used to go to a gym. It was like always like the creepy old man that was always like, let me show you how to use that machine, and I was always like, no, I got it, almost that, please don't. You're old enough to be my dad, please don't hit on me. So I make it sound like a lot of really creepy individuals hit on me. That's story of my life. But anyway, yeah, so like I just want to I want to show you guys that like you don't need to be a gym member. You don't need like a huge space. I work out in a really, really small space, and you don't need a lot of fancy stuff in order to work out. So I kind of want to show you guys that. I actually haven't even bought new workout clothes. My workout clothes are actually getting a little worn out, but I don't want to spend more money right now on new workout clothes, because I feel like, you know, if I do lose more weight, I'd rather wait until I'm a little bit closer to my goal before you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of in that place right now. So you guys are gonna see, things are gonna get real. Things are gonna get real here. So yeah, so hopefully I'll get some more footage of this week and give you an update a little bit later. So I will see you guys a little bit later. I don't know what to do with my hands. Hey guys, so it's morning. I'm trying to be quiet because people are either like getting ready for work, or some people are still asleep, so I'm trying not to be too loud. My hair is a hot mess right now. It's all bedheady. But one of the biggest changes that I've made in this program is I used to get up and do a fasted workout, and Jamie's not on board with fasted workouts. So I've actually been getting up, like instead of kind of like letting the snooze button go off a few times, I'm like getting up exactly when my alarm goes off, and then I'm having a snack. I want to mostly focus on carbohydrates because if I end up doing any protein or fats, it takes longer for your stomach to digest it, so you can't work out as quickly, whereas with carbohydrates you can work out a little bit sooner. I try to give myself a full hour, but timing wise it doesn't always work out that way. I've been having, it's like my get up pre-workout snack, a half piece of, I was actually going to film it, but it's not that pretty, a half piece of Ezekiel English muffin and a banana, which it's half a banana, and I kind of mash it up, and then I mix it up with some cinnamon, and I kind of put that on like a spread. It's not pretty, but it's pretty good. It is one of her like pre-workout snacks, but in her actual pre-workout snack she puts like peanut butter on the Ezekiel muffin, but that's like protein and fat, which I don't want, because then again that's going to digest slower. And after my workout, what I've been doing is having a breakfast because I'm trying to get more carbohydrates, even though it's making me nervous. I'm mixing up some like steel cut oatmeal with some protein powder and almond milk, and then I actually take the peanut butter that I normally would have put on my Ezekiel toast, and I kind of mix that in with my oatmeal as my breakfast, so that way I'm getting it like after my workout as opposed to before. So yeah, I mean, I know carbs in the morning it's the best time to eat them and stuff. It's just they've been making me nervous. And I don't know, I'm not like used to the idea. Like I'm more in the mentality of like fasted workouts, burn more calories, get skinny. And so I'm trying to break some habits, and I'm trying to have faith in the process. I don't work out to music. I work out to reruns of the Golden Girls because they're on the Hallmark Channel the time that I work out in the morning. Because I'm awesome and they're awesome, and I can't get enough Golden Girls. They're literally like they're like comfort food to me. They are. Like watching an episode is like a big bowl of spaghetti. I feel like my morning is not my morning without the Golden Girls. Hey guys, so I'm going out for my run, and I tend to look kind of raggy when I run, but I figure people will bother me less if that happens. Problem is that like I wear this visor and the sunglasses to protect my face from the sun, but sometimes guys will actually be like, hey, did you watch the game last night? Because this is New England, so you wear a Red Sox hat, sometimes you run that risk, but hopefully that won't happen. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go for my cardio run. I'm not gonna film while I'm doing it because I'm afraid I'll trip and fall and break my neck, but doing some cardio today. Hey guys, so okay, wow, hair is messy. Today is technically supposed to be just like 30-minute cardio, but Jamie did say if we were advanced, which I'm like more intermediate, I would say maybe. I don't think maybe I'm advanced. I don't know, I guess it depends on how you judge it. But she said you could swap that out for a leg day. So what I actually did was, during the week we had a rest day. I did my 30-minute cardio on my rest day, and I'm gonna do another leg day today, which I was surprised. I felt last like Tuesday's leg day really strong. Like my legs are just now starting to recover. The only thing is I felt it mostly on my quads, not my glutes. So I'm hoping to feel it a little bit more on my glutes today. I'm hoping to feel it more on my glutes today. So that's my goal. I actually, because so many fitness YouTubers are like, do leg day in Converse because they're flatter, so they keep your feet flatter. I have some like just regular Converse and I cannot find them anywhere. These are the only ones I could find. They're sequined Converse. So I bought these I think because like Bridget and the girls next door wore these in a 4th of July episode, and I saw these and I was like, oh my god, I have to have them. And now I'm like, why do I have these? But these are literally the only Converse I could find. And I don't really want to spend the money to buy new ones right now, so I mean, it's just me working out at home, so we're gonna do disco leg day. Disco leg day. Yeah. Hey guys, it's Sunday morning and my hair keeps getting messier and messier. I'll probably wash it tomorrow so it'll look a little bit better. I'm tired. Oh boy. Okay, so it's Sunday morning. Technically today is my rest day. and I'm actually gonna take a rest day, except that I am gonna make it an active rest day, and I'm gonna do some yoga this morning. Some yoga with Adrian. Nothing intense, but just to like stretch out, make sure my flexibility is good. I don't know if I'll do 2 videos or just do 1. I'm definitely gonna do her back workout, which is about a half hour. I might do her yoga for digestion, because for me digestion's like an issue, especially now that I'm like eating more food and more carbohydrates and stuff. My stomach's kind of like, what are you doing? I did have my pre-workout snack this morning when I first got up. Every other day this week I was making myself like a half an Ezekiel bread English muffin. I realized yesterday after I ate it that I just assumed because Ezekiel bread doesn't have soy in it that the muffins were the same way. They have soy in them. I can't eat soy. My body just, I don't know if I'm allergic to it. I don't know what it is, but I get really bad acne, like sometimes like cystic acne even. And my skin was like, I've had the half English muffin all week, and my skin was starting to feel really weird. Like it doesn't come on necessarily like that moment, but like it was just like my chest was kind of breaking out and stuff, and I was like, that's weird. But I just thought maybe it was stress or hormones or whatever. And I found out yesterday, I'm like, oh, because I've been eating soy every morning. So I've switched to doing just a piece of Ezekiel bread, which is, you know, 6 one, half dozen of another, but it doesn't have soy in it. So I did that with a banana and some cinnamon. You know, kind of letting that settle in my stomach before I start my yoga. I also did discover yesterday that like I'd started to have after my workout as like my breakfast. I was making oatmeal with protein powder and almond milk and mixing it together, and I don't know, it's because I've been like cutting back on my carbs or what, but like it was just like, it would sit like a lump in my stomach and just felt like uncomfortable. So I made it yesterday like in my Vitamix as like a smoothie with oatmeal, almond milk. I added a little bit of peanut butter and chocolate protein powder. I'm like so slow this morning. I'm like, what is going on? And that was good. It was really good. And I felt like, even though I'm basically eating the exact same thing, it felt like it just settled in my system better and just felt better overall. So I'm gonna try to do that again. Yesterday was a long day. It was good, but for those of you that don't know or like are just new to following me, before I really started doing my blog and YouTube channel, I did stand-up comedy for like 10 years, and I took like about 1.5 years off from that, and I'm just starting to get back into it. And yesterday I actually did my first paid comedy show in like probably 2 years, and it was a private show. It was a daytime show. It was like I was basically opening for another comic for like a daytime bridal shower. You know, it was my first time doing 20 minutes in a long time. I'd done 10 like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, which felt really good. And so I was kind of nervous about 20, and I definitely feel like I was not on the top of my game. Felt a little bit off. I mean, comedy during the day is weird anyway, but you know, and shows like that can go either way. I didn't feel in myself like I was like as quick into the next bit. Like my transitions were off, my timing was off, like I just felt off. So like I feel like I need to, if I'm gonna start doing it again, I really need to like get into it. But my husband went with me just because it was in Providence, so you know, it was about like a 50-minute drive, and we went out to lunch. I had a salad, and I did have fried chicken on my salad, which I know is not, because I feel like so many fitness people like request like cook this without oil, cook it without butter. I'm like, I'm not gonna be that person. I know everybody says like don't feel bad, like they'll cook it the way you want it, but I'm like, I used to work in the service industry. I wasn't a waitress because I couldn't have been. I would have thrown stuff at people. But I'm like, I mean, I get it, like you're the paying customer, but I would not. I would be pissed if somebody was just like, yeah, could you cook this for me, but make sure you don't cook it in butter and oil, or make sure you don't cook it this way, or make sure you don't like, I'd be like, like, who the hell does this person think they are? If they want to cook it a certain way, cook it at home. Like, I can't do that. I could have gotten it with just grilled chicken, but I was like, no, I want, like, I mean, I eat, like, basically just cooked chicken at home so often when I'm out. Like, if there's an option for, like, a fried chicken on a salad, I have to do it. I did that, but I didn't put any dressing on it because, honestly, the salad was so fresh that I didn't need it. And with the fried chicken, I had the croutons, which were, like, buttery and amazing. But I'm going to call it a treat meal. I'm not going to call it, like, a cheat because I'm trying not to think of it as, like, cheating. It was a treat meal, and honestly, like, in this beginning part, of the challenge. Like my macros are higher, my calories are higher, like everything's higher in this beginning part because I'm building muscle. So like I'm not gonna beat myself up too much, and I don't eat out. I mean, like hardly ever. So this was just a situation where I was like, I'm out, I have to eat out. I'm gonna eat something that I enjoy, but I'm not gonna go crazy. Yeah, it was just a long day and really stressful, and I did a leg day yesterday morning. In addition to that, my chest is still sore from Friday's workout. I'm just really, really tired. But I think I'm gonna wrap this vlog up now because I'll probably spend the rest of the day editing this so it can go up tomorrow. I apologize for this being so talky. Like, I feel like hopefully like next week I'll be able to get more like footage and shots and cutaways and make it a little bit more interesting to watch and not just me sitting here like a lump talking to you about what I'm doing. So hopefully it'll be a little bit more interesting and entertaining and informative. If you have any questions about the oxygen challenge or anything like that, please leave them in the comment section below. Anything that I haven't covered or things that you want to see as part of this challenge. You know, if you want to see workouts or specific type of workout or what I eat in a day or just, snack meal ideas or food prepping ideas, anything that you guys want to see, let me know so I can get some ideas of how I can make these videos about my experience help you. So leave those in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, you enjoyed it, anything, please give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate that. It helps me, it helps the video get seen by more people. A while back, I was suffering from anxiety and depression, and I truly believe that beauty and makeup and health and fitness saved my life, and I believe it can save yours too. So if you want to join my Starlet squad, be sure you hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on all my social media channels. The links will all be in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you join me next time.